Hello and welcome to Dream Team Coach TV. I'm Sean Burke. Joining me is Andy Taylor, Jack Townsend, and Ricardo Grazte. It's Graham Marshall. Yes, still managed to find one more. The mystery word game is still going, so if you would like to play along and you don't want to know what it is, you can look away now.
Who's got it then?
Well, it's winner stays on.
Oh, is it?
How is it?
John, you should have told me that.
I did.
You did, mate.
We should have let him go and see how straight his darts were when we both knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we missed out there. That would have.
Oh, yeah. Who is it? I don't know.
Although I actually attempted to give it to Jack yesterday, and then
really?
he informed me that it's winner stays on.
I didn't think we were that open about who's got it because you've already just eliminated Jack. The host has eliminated that it's not Jack straight.
Well, winner stays
it's
on.
you though.
So
You already know.
Yeah,
Graz was on like.
I was on for 4 weeks.
U2P, yeah, Guna. That's right. Arsenal have won the FA Cup. The team I supported so ferociously through no matter what anyone said, have delivered. The boys have always had my support, and the same applies to the coach, Michael Arteta. All right? Although one man in particular put in an outstanding performance for us. It's not the first time he's won us a game, and he showed up again on Saturday. That's right. Anthony Taylor, take a bow. Brilliant performance.
He did play well for you, to be fair. He
was an absolute match winner.
He'll go down as an Arsenal legend, absolutely. Yeah.
Route 1 football. Route 1.
Second FA Cup final against Chelsea.
Second red card as well.
Regardless of the rest performance, do you think Arsenal deserve to win it?
I don't know. I think it was a shame when with the injuries that Chelsea got, because once Pulisic went off, that really did change the game to a set, because he was looking pretty.
For me, watching it, that was actually I was like, we might actually
goal.
Yeah, because I knew from the start of it, he was their biggest threat at the moment. He's an absolute live wire and looks like a game changer in his own right. So when he went off injured, I was like, felt bad for him, but not that bad.
I was imagining like an Arsenal supporting like wizard just watching over the game, right? And every time he wanted something to go in their favour, he just waved his wand. And there we go. Azpilicueta captain, injury. Oh, Pulisic is for on goal. Yeah, I'll just give him a little hamstring chain there. Oh, Kovacic, yeah, we'll give that a second yellow. Dive in the box for Aubameyang. Yeah, we'll give that a penalty as well. It was insane how many decisions that Arsenal had.
It's not about diving the box.
Do you think that was a dive?
Yeah, 100% was a dive, but
that's literally the only person I've heard say that.
The problem is that the game is such that is a penalty now. But my point is that if I brush Aubameyang in the supermarket on tomorrow, he ain't going down with the contact that was on him. That's my point.
Brushing hair. You're running.
You're saying he hasn't thrown himself to the ground. Has he thrown himself to the ground?
He's feeling. He's being pulled.
Has he thrown himself to the ground?
No, he's being. He's got pulled.
He's not thrown himself to the ground. Okay.
He's been pulled.
Then I'll take it back then. But he definitely did.
It was just that easy, was it? It was easy.
You didn't take it. You take it back, but he did. How can you're not taking it back?
I don't want to fight that argument with you because
you are the only person I've seen who said it's a dive. I've heard a lot of people who have been like, contact started outside the box, probably should have been a free kick or something like that. But that is a new.
Yeah, but contact and diving are two separate things, though.
Diving and going down on the contact, right? Even if you think that is a weak going down on the contact, are different things. Diving implies he has conned the ref into thinking there was contact.
Yes, yeah.
But there was contact.
There was contact.
Was there contact, Andy?
Are you saying that there was clear daylight between Azpilicueta and Aubameyang? I can't believe I'm defending an Arsenal penalty.
but made Graz do it.
I'm just saying that Aubameyang's dived. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying I disagree.
Well, you're saying he hasn't thrown himself to the floor there?
No, I'm saying that these are two different things.
No, it's a dive. If you're saying to me he's thrown himself to the ground, then it's a dive.
I'm saying that a dive...
what other things do you call that?
I'm saying that a dive in football, right? We're not just talking about taking a dive, like throwing yourself to the floor in any scenario. A dive in football has to be, he's conned the refs. There was no contact. It wasn't a foul.
If he stays on his feet, he doesn't get the penalty.
But are you saying that it wasn't a foul at all? Are you saying that Azpilicueta should have been all over him like that?
Nearly a foul on the edge of the box. Probably you do see him given, yeah.
Okay, well
I've
then,
seen majority of them not given, if I'm quite honest with you, in those situations. And I've watched enough Wolves games to know that, trust me.
Oh, the victim card again. It's all coming round to that.
I mean, you must be pretty peeved though, because Arsenal pipped Wolves out of the Europa League next year unless they win it. So
Yeah, I would be annoyed if I didn't think that we were going to win the Europa League. So that's kind of softened the blow for me, really. So I'll just leave it at that, really. When we lift that Europa League trophy, come back to me, boys, yeah?
now that the domestic season has finished, it's time for the Dream Team End of Season Awards. But this ain't your average award ceremony. We might come out with something absolutely mental, like Jordan Henderson for Player of the Year. We'll say anything, but safe to say, we have a few categories that the PFA don't. First up, worst VAR decision. And I'll go to you, Andy, because...
Should we just turn our screens off and just...
I don't think we need it, honestly, Jack.
Come back in 20 minutes.
He's got this covered.
Well, I think, obviously, because we're kind of rounding off the season here, I wanted to just really hammer home something, and it was just more the discrepancies in decisions of the same instant, essentially. Okay, so first up, Matt Doherty, have a watch of this. So as you can see, I think is that Chris Wood's going up for a bicycle kick, about to kick Matt Doherty in the face. Doherty's gone, well, I don't want to lose all my teeth and break my nose. I'm just going to put my hand there. Ball hits his hand, penalty. I'm just going to send you David Silva's potential handball for one of those top 6 sides called Man City. I'll just send you that one.
I think I've heard of him, yeah.
I'll reiterate that he plays for top 6 and his name's David Silva, so obviously he cannot do any wrong. What do you think the difference is between these 2 clips, lads?
Well, there's a ball coming towards him instead of a foot.
Oh, yeah, so the main thing is, we all agreeing that it hit Silva's arm quite...
It did, yeah.
Well, that wasn't given, by the way, lads. That wasn't given. That was just a week after the Matt Doherty incident. So just interesting to just throw those two incidents out there. And then I'll just send you another couple as well.
Oh, there's a couple.
Not like a dossier put together before this week's episode.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so first one is, we all remember it.
Is this going to be Bolly? I feel like it'll be Bolly.
Yeah, so we all remember this one. Obviously, that's kind of where it hit him on the arm. But, in real time, that was like a feather. I don't think Bolly barely knew it even touched him. We ended up going on to score from that. Got ruled out because of that handball. Then I'm just going to send you one from a certain team called Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh, Grazzy's coming.
You can't say they're a top 6 side, though.
Okay. Oh, what is that? Does that look like it's hit Davinson Sanchez on the arm? But guess what, lads? That wasn't given.
It's hard to tell if there's contact from this angle, to be fair. It's just there.
A winner for the VAR award for me is just the inconsistencies. And I could have picked more, by the way. That's just 2 cast iron examples where people can go that Wolves are butthurt, but genuinely, how can we not get annoyed at that? Do not realise that these are costing teams like £250 million if they relegate a team. Well, literally Bournemouth have been relegated on a horrendous VAR.
Technicality, yeah.
Yeah, managers would lose their jobs over bad decisions. So one refs is accountable.
Well, you're right, Andy. I think this category is too stacked to even pick one specific decision. So I think just VAR in general this year has been god-awful.
It's a thumbs down.
Right, worst signing by a top 6 club.
Well,
I'm worried about Arsenal being included in this anyway.
Well, it's got to be David Luiz, isn't it? To an extent.
He has literally been record-breaking.
I'm going to defend the lad, though. He's won a trophy.
He's won a trophy, but
at the end of the day, he's won a trophy. He's got more silverware than me and you have, mate. At the end of the day,
he has, but he's cost him 24 million for one season, and he's gotten 5 penalties. He's gotten 2 reds, and
he's not. You could argue they've won it despite him. It's a team performance at the end of the day, and he has done everything in his power to make that not happen.
Aubameyang's just had to play next level to counteract David Luiz's shortcomings.
There was this thing the other day that I saw that was like, how long are we going to continue to talk about whether the 33-year-old David Luiz might find consistency? It's not like he's a young, up-and-coming player. It's not like, he'll get those mistakes out of his game in a few years.
Right, so Jack suggested David Luiz. I think that's a strong start. Graz, any suggestions?
I put this out to a couple of friends of mine, and they came back with one that hurt, but I understood. And it's Tanguy and Ndombele, actually.
That's mine as well.
Ooh, really?
Because for the amount of fanfare that he had coming in, the money that we paid for him, he is our record signing. For him to have played so little and not had that much impact when he has. But what is so infuriating about him is that you can, in the brief glimpses we've seen of him, see that he's clearly a talented lad.
I think in context as well, Graz, in terms of you signed him, I think with add-ons, it's over £60 million. For Spurs, that's massive.
Yeah.
You know, Man United can, at the end of the day, give Alexis Sanchez 300 grand a week and probably still get away with it. Whereas if you guys make a signing like that and he doesn't pay off for you, you really start to feel that, don't you?
And the fact that people are talking about him possibly being sold on even this summer. Like,
being linked with big clubs as well, though, which shows there is a player in there.
But that's what I mean. So there clearly is talent there. It's just up to Spurs now whether they go, yes, he might be one of the worst signings of this year, but do we stick with him and try and wait to see if he comes good?
He is one of those players. I'm not saying he's Kevin De Bruyne, but I'm just saying, do you remember Kevin De Bruyne at Chelsea, where it's like, oh, there's a player in there somewhere. He's very good, but he's not showing it. We have to get rid of him. He's not showing it. And he went somewhere else, absolutely ripped it up, came back. You know, I can definitely see something like that.
So drag the Kevin De Bruyne comparison back into, what manager was it who let Kevin De Bruyne go? Only for him to...
Did he let Salah go as well?
Possibly, yeah. Only for him to come back and haunt him as one of the best players in the world. I don't know if Ndombele's got that sort of ceiling in terms of like ability, but...
Let Nathan Ake go as well. I mean, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's racking them up. So Tanguy and Ndombele, 2 out of 3.
It's a shame because there's a player in there. It is a shame, but he has to go down as the worst. All
right, well, that'll move us on to our next question, which is Player of the Year. And I think it'll be a short enough conversation. But Andy, who would be your suggestion?
Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
As much.
Unanimous, I think.
Goes to the best player, right? I mean, it has to.
It has to go to the best player.
Facts of the award. I don't care whether Henderson's dragged Liverpool to the league title. He is not in the league of Kevin De Bruyne. I'm not going to look back in 20 years and go, "Cool, do you remember that Jordan Henderson? Cool, what a player." Yeah. I do understand the Henderson shouts. I would probably still think that Van Dijk deserves it more than Henderson in terms of like club. I do think we forget how bad Liverpool's defence was before Van Dijk.
I think we talked about on the show before, like, you know, Henderson clearly, right, he does offer something to the pitch, on the pitch, but massively to that dressing room. And that can't be understated. But ultimately, we're not looking for, like, is he a really good lad and gets you up for the games? We're looking for, like, the best player.
Yeah, he would win Is He a Good Lad award.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's
the PFA Good Lad award.
Moving on to the Manager of the Year.
Well, I reckon I know who Andy's going to say.
Oh, yeah?
I reckon it might be Chris Wilder.
I had a feeling too.
I think it has to go to Klopp, firstly. But I think a very, very, very close second, is Pedro Wilder, without a doubt. Yeah, just because, again, is it something that we take for granted that where they've come from and like the squad? Because you know when Wolves came up and did it, obviously really good achievement, but at the same time we did have some unbelievable footballers in that team. You look at Sheffield United, it's just a team ethos. There's no one there that would walk into, you know, Liverpool's team or Man City's team. Do you know what I mean? Like Jack O'Connell's good, but he's not better than Laporte.
I really hope they push on next season, and because they've really they struggled since coming out of lockdown. But I'd love to see them do.
Wilder will make them a Premier League fixture if he stays in that club. They won't get relegated. He'll be there for 3 or 4 years. It'll be one of those cases where they'll probably just get bored after 5 years because Wilder keeps finishing 9th. And they get rid of it. Sheffield United are back in League 2 again.
Next one is most embarrassing moment. Anything stand out to anyone in particular?
Maybe Spurs celebrating, like you just you know, celebrating their position. Is celebrating 6th place, like, you know.
A la Andy's meme from last week.
Yeah.
I think just because you know Jose's stance on it deep down, I think that's why it's a bit cringy. What would Roy Keane think of that? You know, celebrating top 6.
What would Roy Keane think of anything? He'd be angry about it.
But
go on, Sean. What would he think?
Yeah, sure.
No nonsense, Graz. That's probably what he'd say. I think I have a resounding winner for most embarrassing moment of the year. We might have forgotten about it because it occurred outside of the Premier League, but retiring Jude Bellingham's number.
Oh,
yeah, that is, yeah.
Borussia Dortmund is mind-boggling.
Oh, my goodness.
And,
club legend.
17 years old. Isn't he?
oh,
That's
I know.
ridiculous.
That's he's shown great loyalty there, though, to be fair to the lad. He's got 17 years old. He's stuck it out at the club, didn't he? He's give it as good as he's got.
truly a Birmingham veteran, I mean,
well, look, I'm from the area, so I can tell you firsthand that there's Jude Bellingham statues on every corner.
Cool. Yeah.
The last one is surprise of the year, but I feel like we'll probably just say
Sheffield United, I think we'd all say.
yeah. We agreed on that. Sheffield
In terms
United.
of club, definitely.
Sorry, just probably another surprise has been how bang average Man City have been as well, probably.
Yeah. I mean, 9 league
just
defeats.
in terms of the defeats.
Yeah.
As I said, I'm still maintain they're the best team on their day, but clearly there's been no consistency, and they've not been helped by no Sane, no Laporte for us.
The difference in points between them and Liverpool, I think someone did one of those classic graphics of like the top sort of 6 leagues, so like Italian, Spanish, French, and everything like that.
Yeah.
And like the difference in points between the top 2 of ours, and then like you had like Italy, where I think it was like the sort of top 7 teams were all within about sort of 6-7 points of each other. Like you want a tighter title race, don't you? That's what I hope we get next season.
It's the dankest part of the week. Each one of our panelists has created a meme over on our Dream Team Instagram page, and you folks get to vote for your favorite. Right, let's bring on the memes. Okay. A brilliant video.
Oh, that's an absolute nightmare.
You can see the way he just gives up as it's happening. Just accepts.
Yeah. Just accepts his fate.
Yeah.
Oh,
Beautiful.
where did that wait? Oh, need VAR for that. I want to see who's at fault.
It's that one glass on the side there. It tips it over.
I don't know how it goes.
Oh no! Look, when he picks it up, look at the back glasses. They go the other way.
Oh yeah.
And
he
then
fixes
they
them.
counteract.
Didn't even notice
It's
that.
the swing.
Okay.
What are you looking at it?
This is your meme, Graz.
Oh, is it? Oh, you said
Yeah.
right. So again, I wasn't in, and I texted Sean to say, "Oh, you've done me a better one this week," and he said, "Yeah, I've actually tried this week." So this is Sean actually trying.
Probably not a winner. That first name was Andy's, by the way, right? That was your meme.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Right.
final
He stayed quiet under that. He just drank in the praise.
He did, yeah. He was right. That's right.
Well, I don't know. I'd have been surprised if Andy had made this one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Boom. That's a fantastic source.
But it's still possible. That's the only thing. It is still possible.
Yes, it's not right. It's not even correct.
Well,
But she can get up. She can get up. She can get up.
Yeah. Well, why didn't you show the clip of her getting up then?
Well, because in the current state, you're not got European football next year.
Yeah,
Also,
as it is.
a long clip.
As it currently
This is
stands.
still correct. And the results will be revealed at the end of the show.
I always forget.
Although the domestic season has finished, the Champions League is just resuming, with the remaining fixtures all to be played out in the space of just over 2 weeks. Turns out we will be getting a European tournament this summer. Hopefully without Russian-backed hooligans ruining festivities. But then again, Chelsea are still in the competition. So, right off the bat, who are your predictions to win, lads? We still got a couple of English teams in there. Would you think they'll do it?
Yeah, I mean, you can't really be backing Chelsea at this stage, can you? They were
Yeah.
I don't know, they 3-0 down going to Bayern, and they've just lost their captain and their potentially best player.
Yeah.
So it'd be an outside bet.
I mean, what about Man City, who they got the win away at Real Madrid? So
I think Man City are in really good stead, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think they are, but Madrid had a really decent end to their season. I think it will be a tougher game, weirdly, than the one at Madrid. I think Madrid were in a worse state when they played this pre-lockdown.
I mean, look at the teams though: Barca, Bayern, City, Madrid, Juve. I mean, they're all on their day could win it. It is hard to call, really.
I think Bayern could just have that winning mentality about them, especially if they can take it a little bit easy against Chelsea.
yeah.
My head says Bayern. I think of the times that I've seen them the most this year. I mean, Graz, you know more than
Saying
I just think when a team can score that many goals so easily. Can't look away from them. And I know Man City do it against Norwich and teams like that. But I mean, I don't know how many big sides I've seen City batter. I know they did Liverpool, but we're talking Liverpool on the beach here at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah.
And then, just shout out to the Europa League as well, shall we?
Of course, yeah. Still have the small matter of the Europa League to do as well. Do Wolves still have a second leg to play?
Yeah, so obviously the first leg, as I'm sure I've mentioned a lot of times, we had to travel to Greece in
Olympiacos, was it?
circumstances.
It's come up, yeah. It's come up.
So we battled it out because we played in front of an empty stadium, but obviously had to go through all the horrendous protocols because COVID was really starting to spread quite badly at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, I think we played that game, and the day after they said no more European football.
Yeah.
So we did well to get a point there, really. So we got Olympiacos. I mean, we literally signed their best player in January. So we should be beating them, but I don't know what Wolves team's going to turn up because we've looked so good and yet not very good going forward as such. Like we look great, never spraying it around. We look so kind of solid at the back, but as soon as it gets up top, it's just we don't really know what we're doing at the moment.
Who else is still in the Europa League?
There's some good teams left in there. I mean, Leverkusen, well up against Rangers, they'll almost certainly go through. Man United would have to have some sort of mad, like everyone just falls down and dies in the middle of the game to lose to theirs. They're 5-0 up from the first leg.
Yeah.
So, the interesting ones are the fact that Inter Milan and Getafe and Sevilla and Roma only have to play one leg because they didn't play their first leg. So that's a one-legged game.
Well, that's a bit dodgy, isn't it?
Yeah. They haven't played their game.
If Wolves can get done over, we will get done over. You're probably looking at United Inter as favourites, but I'm going to fancy us. Are you going to be cheering Wolves on, lads?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if the choice is between Wolves and Man United, it's Wolves every day.
I've got nothing against Wolves. I just, find it.
Hey, look, we're a good club. We're a good bunch of lads.
Now it's time for the weekender results from last week, which was sadly the final weekender of the season. So let's see who gets to see out the year with another winner's notch on the belt. With 7 points.
Yes, please.
Hang on. Jack getting a meal halfway through.
That's an omelette.
As is tradition on the show. Okay. Right. With 7 points is Graham Marshall.
Oh, no.
How many? 7?
7.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. With 16 points.
Oh, no.
Is Jack Townsend.
Oh, it's not very high.
I had Pulisic.
You did, yeah.
So the hamstring really killed me. I think, did I not have Aspilicueta as well?
Well, Andy,
both hamstrings?
you finished with 4 points.
Oh!
Yes, he's back in the game.
I thought I'd lost. Fair play, Townsend.
Well, that is that for this week's episode of Dream Team Coach TV.
No, it's not.
I feel like there's a matter of a mystery word that we forgot and a matter of the memes.
I always forget.
Sorry, have you seen that Dejan Lovren's gone to Zenit St. Petersburg?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah, I've missed that.
Did you see that?
I thought I saw something about him leaving.
I saw him leave, but I didn't know who he'd gone to because I was like wishing him well.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, before the show ends, we should have the results.
I feel like that was a mystery word segue right there. I don't know how.
I didn't hear what he said. I wasn't paying any attention.
Then it's 6. I don't know. There was.
He said Petersburg, but they can't be that.
Zenit St. Petersburg. You see
Unless
Dijon.
that's
Dijon. Is it like Dijon?
Like Dijon mustard.
It's not Dijon. Well, while you think about it, I'll give the results of the memes competition from this week. In third place, with 449 points, despite being such an authentic, quality meme, is Graz.
No, it's
Bad luck, mate.
It's Sean.
Bad luck, mate.
Not having it.
You gave it your all.
Hey, mate, I had to take the losses when someone was filling in with me.
Yeah, but they're not nice, are they? They're not nice.
Hard luck. In second place, with 920 points, is Andy Taylor.
Oh.
Which means another win for Jack Townsend with 1,130 points. Congratulations, Jack. Okay, and mystery word. Then, anybody want to make any calls?
I've got absolutely no idea. I completely forgot about it.
I wasn't even listening this week. It was just too much of him ranting.
You should have. I did hear it. You should have trusted your gut, Jack. He said Xenon St. Petersburg.
I knew it was in that section. I just didn't listen in.
I'm just so annoyed that I've got to
But
leave.
is that allowed though?
Well, I didn't like the thing is I said the word on its own. It's not like I've like put it. What we weren't doing is like putting it in between stuff and like half in one word, half in the other. I have just outright said the word. How do you know that I've not just tried to say St. Petersburg and then I've just put Xenon in front of it? I mean, you can never categorically call me out for that.
I can't categorically, but you were talking about the transfer to Zenit St. Petersburg, right? Yeah. That's the team. We're all on board that's the team, right?
Yeah. And then coincidentally,
you said Xenon St. Petersburg, right? So basically, I've just not listened because I've just messed it up or something. I don't know.
How many times do we say that at the end? We're like, I thought he said that.
Well, regardless, Andy has kept his lead, and we'll bring that into the next episode. Although Graz has the record with 4 episodes in a row, I believe. Well, that is all from us this week, folks. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Dream Team Coach TV, and we will see you again next time. But take care.
Bye.